The reason for learning to taste wine is simple. It enables you to have a greater understanding and therefore a richer experience of the wine in your glass. There are three key elements to tasting wine: eyes, nose, and palate. So let's get started. You want your glass filled to about a third full and have a white background to look at your wine against. A plain piece of paper will do just fine. Firstly, your eyes. When looking at the appearance of a wine, tilt your glass to a 45-degree angle. Examine how deep the colour in your glass is. What does this tell us? Well, for white wines, a wine gets deeper and more golden in colour for two main reasons: time spent in oak barrel and age. As a wine gets older, it gets deeper in colour as it gets exposed to more oxygen over time. For red wines, again, tilt your glass at a 45-degree angle. Unlike white wines, red wines get lighter with age. You're not going to get any detail on whether a wine has been in an oak barrel on the appearance of a red wine. But look for any change in colour between the core of the wine and the rim. If the rim is turning a more bricky colour, then that may give you an indication that the wine is a bit older. The depth of colour in your red wine may also give you clues about the grape or grapes which have been used to make the wine. If the wine is deeper in colour, then it's likely come from a thicker skinned grape variety, like Cabernet Sauvignon or Shiraz. If lighter in colour, then from a thin skinned grape variety, like Pinot Noir. Next, the nose. Give your wine a swirl in the glass. This isn't to look like a wine snob, but rather to give oxygen to the many aromatic compounds in your glass, so that they're easier to detect. When you smell a wine, start with the fruit. Ask yourself, what kind of fruit are you getting? For example, in a white wine, you might ask yourself, is it citrus fruit, green fruit, stone fruit, or tropical fruit? It may well be more than one of these categories. Once you've considered the fruit, ask yourself, is there anything else that you can detect in the wine? Anything floral or spicy, herbal or savoury? Can you narrow it down to a specific aroma? The more well-defined aromas that you can detect in your glass, the more complex and interesting the wine is. Finally, the palate. When you taste the wine, you want to consider two factors: the mouthfeel of the wine and the flavours. When you first taste the wine, ask yourself questions. Do you notice the acidity? Think about biting into a Granny Smith apple, the zesty, zingy sensation that you experience. That's what acidity tastes like, and it gives the wine structure and freshness. How rich is the wine? Does it feel more like water or cream in your mouth? That will give you an idea of how light or full-bodied the wine is. Does the wine have a certain texture? Is it more crisp and fresh, or rich and creamy? The tannins in a red wine add to the structure and body of the wine. A wine with lots of noticeable tannins may be better off with food than on its own. Once you've considered the feel of the wine, think about the flavours. How similar are they to the aromas that you detected on the nose? Is there anything surprising about the way the wine tastes as opposed to how it smells? Finally, think about the finish on the wine. Once you've swallowed the wine, how long can you taste it for? The longer and more interesting the finish, the better the wine in your glass. Like anything, the more you practice tasting, the better you'll get at it. Great wines offer the taster so much. So keep tasting, and your wine experiences will only get better.